Boom! What's up, folks? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Guys, my name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. For those that don't know, TTG is the fastest growing, highest rated online premium educational platform that's available today. We take a professional trading education curriculum that is both in-depth and complex, yet very easy to understand and implement quickly. And we combine that with premium investing tools from today's top financial tech companies that if you purchase on your own will be worth over $4,000 a year. As a member, you're going to get access to some top-of-the-line trading and investing tools from companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Quote Media, CBOE, Polygon, Trade Ideas, ETNA, and so much more. And to top all that off, we are a community of active and educated, like-minded, and helpful traders and investors that are led by TTG's team of full-time trading moderators with over 100 years of combined trading experience, currently sporting a collective win rate of about 80%. And we focus on stocks, options, crypto, futures, day trading, swing trading, also long-term investing. And we truly give a damn whether you succeed or fail here. At TTG, results matter. Your results, your success, it's measurable through your P&L. TTG exists to empower the retail trader. If this is your first time on one of these live streams, welcome. We go live right here for free, Sunday through Friday, but also we stream on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch, as well as obviously here on YouTube, where myself and other TTG pro traders and special guests will drop golden nuggets and free lessons education that can help you become better traders and investors immediately. If you've not done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you smash that like button, turn on your notifications. You don't ever want to miss out on any of our free trading live streams, as now it is time for you guys to all get ready to learn, trade, and profit. Here's your first lesson. Why should you listen to anything that I cover on my live streams? Guys, it's crucial you understand who you are listening to. Listening to the wrong information can cost you both time and money, and I know for a fact you do not have an unlimited supply of both or either. So allow me to qualify myself for you guys. I started my career working at a hedge fund in New York City, first job right out of college. Then 2008 happened. That was the Great Recession, the stock market crash. It's also the same year I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. But before they let me touch $1 of their money, I first had to go through an intensive training program, had access to some of the top trading tools, and I was part of a community of like-minded traders. And that is exactly, really that helped ensure my success as a trader. And that's exactly what the TG platform is based on here now today. Now that we're properly introduced, let's talk about how this live stream is going to go down. We're going to start things off with an open floor Q&A session. You guys are going to be able to ask me questions, whatever's on your mind. You guys can fire away, and I'm here to answer anything that you guys want to know about the overall markets or individual stocks. Once we wrap up that Q&A, we're going to get into a 15-minute sales intermission. I'll share with you how you can join the TTG platform, the discounts, incentives, and free gifts that we have for those that are interested in joining the fam. I'll walk you guys through that for about 15 minutes. Then we're going to get into the main topics of the live stream. Main topics are updates with Russia, Ukraine, State of the Union address tonight. Is there anything we're going to listen for from the State of the Union tonight that can give us any inclination on what the market's going to do tomorrow? We'll discuss it. Then also, you got Jerome Powell speaking this week. Jerome Powell is going to be on Capitol Hill speaking for the next couple of days. So I'll talk to you guys about what he may or may not say and what is that going to mean then for the overall markets, and are we going to continue lower from here, or is the bottom in? A lot of people are talking about the bottom's in, the bottom's in, the bottom's in. Is it though? We're going to go over it here tonight in this live stream. Then at the end, those that are interested, I will walk you through the entire THD platform. Those that are interested, I'll show you all the tools and resources that are available to you as a member of True Trading Group, which includes well over $4,000 of tools from some of the top companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Quote Media, Polygon, Trade Ideas, CBOE, and so much more, folks. So without any further ado, I want you guys to go ahead right now. I'd like for you to begin typing your questions in chat. There is no such thing as a stupid question. There is no such thing as a silly question. Okay. Asking questions is how you learn. All right. So you guys go ahead. You got a trader right now sitting right here in front of you with about 17 years of experience telling you to ask me anything. So without any further ado, folks, let's go ahead right now. Let's begin that Q&A, and go ahead, guys, start typing your questions in chat. Let's get things started. All right. Let me pull my charts up for everybody. All right, guys, fire away. Ask me questions. I'm here for you all. Whatever's on your mind, let's do it. It's a good time to buy the bank stocks. I think so. I think it's a good time to buy the bank stocks. They're getting pummeled, man. They're getting pumped. These banks are getting hit. These banks are getting hit because of the whole sanctions against Russia. So everything that's been happening right now with Russia, and obviously nobody really could have foreseen this coming. I think the reason why banks are really getting hit especially hard right now is because everybody was very bullish on the financials and the banks this year, including myself. Because of rising rate environment, as interest rates rise, it's better for banks. They make more money just literally for turning the lights on. So everybody was bullish on banks this year. But then all this stuff is going on with Russia, Ukraine, which is bad for banks. Okay, all the sanctions that are being placed on Russia, it's disrupting financial markets. Right? It's also causing a flight to safety into treasuries. And there's been massive buying in treasuries and bonds as people are looking for safety. And that's driving the yield of interest rates down. And that's actually working kind of in the opposite. So I think that these banks are getting beaten up over the Russia situation. But if and when this Russia situation eases and de-escalates and kind of resolves itself, which hopefully everybody is praying that that does happen sooner rather than later and things don't get worse from here, but hopefully come to a diplomatic resolution here soon, hopefully, right? We're all praying for that. And from True Trading guys, our hearts and prayers go out to everyone that has friends, family, and anyone that's actually in Ukraine at this current time. Our hearts and prayers go out to all of our viewers and members of True Trading Group that have ties to Ukraine. But once this hopefully settles, you are still then going to be in a rising interest rate environment as you get deeper into the year, and that should bode well for banks. So I think that this sell-off in banks, which is directly related to what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, when that problem resolves itself, I do think you're going to be left with really good opportunities to buy these bank stocks. Mike, you were talking smack about SoFi. I wasn't talking smack. Oh, just kidding. I was like, what? Does the earnings that came out today change your opinion? Change my opinion? I'm long the company, Jason. I'm a shareholder. Change my opinion. I'm a shareholder of SoFi. I wasn't saying anything negative about SoFi. What I was explaining about SoFi is the difference in the type of investments that you make in a long-term portfolio. You have young, very new companies that still have to execute their business model. And then you have more mature companies that have already proven their business model that are just a matter about how big can they get. Right? SoFi is still a very young company. SoFi is small. It's young. It's got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of promise there. I'm bullish on SoFi. I like SoFi. I own SoFi on my long term. I'm going to own SoFi for many years. I'm bullish on SoFi. But that doesn't change the fact that it's still an immature company that still has a lot of work to do and still has a lot to prove. But don't forget, guys, there was one point in time that Tesla, Apple, Amazon, there was one point in time where those companies also were young, were new, had a lot to prove, right? So I'm bullish on SoFi. SoFi got hurt at the end of last year because President Biden extended the student loan moratorium, which allowed people to not pay their student loans. And that's bad for SoFi. SoFi does a lot of business with like refi of student loans. Their customer base and their client base at SoFi is really like the younger generation, the millennial generation, that online like app banking. We have an app that can do a bunch of things for you instead of you walking into a bank branch. They do a very good job of attracting that audience and building a brand loyalty with that audience so that as the millennial generation gets older and then therefore earns more and then therefore needs more and more banking and financial services, SoFi can provide that to them. So, I'm very bullish on SoFi, but they are a small company that still has a lot of work to do. But that doesn't mean that I'm not bullish on them. I'm a shareholder. I will be one for many years. Should you enter a trade after it has broken out over VWAP or wait for a retest of the VWAP for entry and confirmation? Listen, VWAP is not necessarily a setup or something that you're like, hey, every time it breaks over VWAP, you get long, or every time it pulls back and tests VWAP, you get long. So I'm a little nervous with your question, because I don't want you just making trades based off of VWAP. VWAP is one indicator. It's no better or worse than any other indicator that's out there. It's not better or worse than the trade line. It's not better or worse than Fibonacci's. It's not better or worse than Bollinger Bands. It's not better or worse than any other indicator that you can use. It's one indicator. So you shouldn't be making trades just based on VWAP. So that right there is something that I want to address with your question, because there are some times where, sure, get long through VWAP. There's other setups where wait for the pullback and test the VWAP. The question's too general, and it sounds to me like you rely way too heavily on VWAP, which again is just one indicator. VWAP sometimes could hold tremendous weight on a stock's price action during the day, and it might hold perfectly to the penny. There's other days where stock's going to go up and down through VWAP like it's not even there and has no bearance or effect on the stock's price action whatsoever. So, your trade setup and whether you should be buying above VWAP or pullbacks to retest it, that answer is going to be determined by a lot of other factors that make up the chart or the trade setup. Okay. And don't confuse just a chart pattern with a trade setup. They're not the same thing. A chart pattern is one aspect of a trade setup. The trade setup encompasses everything. What are your thoughts on the oil price and how do you see this playing out over the next year? So I've been bullish on oil, Lewis, since last year. So I actually issued a report on January 2nd. I published it to my TGG fam. It's an 18-page report. It's my stock market outlook for 2022. And I explained in my outlook why I was selecting energy as the number one sector, my number one sector pick for 2022 is the energy sector. And I gave everybody a list of 5 stocks that I thought were going to do very well this year. And energy is the number one top performing sector so far of the year by far. The stocks that we've identified, like, Chevron, Exxon, Devon Energy, Pioneer, ConocoPhillips, I'm already long. Occidental, which is OXY, OKE is another one. These are all stocks that I'm long. They're all just absolutely just lighting up the board. Like, you take a look at OXY, just put it up on my screen so you can see it. You take a look at what OXY has done so far in 2022. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, you take a look at, something like Chevron. I'll show you Chevron, which is one of my favorite oil companies that I own. You can take a look at this. Just an absolute monster so far in 2022. Look at the volume that's coming into this stock up here at these new highs. So I even without the Russia-Ukraine situation, I was very bullish on oil this year. I actually said in my report at the time, oil was in like the 60s. And I said at the time or 60s or 70s, and I said, oil, I think, is going into the 90s. I think we're going to actually touch 100 this year. But that was before we knew anything about Russia-Ukraine. The Russia-Ukraine situation just poured gas on what was already a raging fire. Now this raging fire has just turned into an absolute inferno, which is oil. Oil has absolutely exploded. We already had problems with oil because we did not have enough supply to meet the growing demand coming out of COVID. There's been a lot of, there's less incentive for oil companies to actually expand and to continue drilling, exploration, and produce more oil, rather focus more on efficiency, profits, and investments into green energy solutions. And that's left you with a actually decline in upstream investments in the oil industry. Okay. Investments in the oil industry actually from 2019, I believe, into 2021, were actually down like 40%. That's the amount of money that oil companies are investing to actually, expand their drilling operations and to actually identifying, new oil locations and drill and get more oil out of the ground. That investment has been going down. So as that investment goes down, then the expansion, okay, slows and supply slows. But now you're coming out of COVID where everybody has been either locked up, home, not traveling. And now you're coming out of COVID and there's a massive demand for oil. Okay, so you already, that was my thesis on why I was bullish oil and I was bullisher oil companies. Now you throw Russia, Ukraine into the mix. I didn't think that we hit like $107 a barrel today. I didn't think we were going to get to 100 until the summer. Like when I published this report a couple months ago, I didn't expect to see triple digits on oil until the summertime. Well, we got there today. Okay, so oil over $100 a barrel what was today. And if this situation between Russia and Ukraine gets worse, the longer that the fighting goes on and the more intense that it gets, the greater the chance of there really being supply disruptions with oil. And now there's people that are thinking that the U.S., European countries are going to put sanctions against Russian oil and gas. That further adds to the supply issues. And you saw the U.S. and a bunch of other countries actually announced today that they were dipping into their reserves, their strategic reserves, to add supply and add oil to the market. And the market laughed at it. The market laughed at it. They announced like 60 million barrels of oil, and the market absolutely laughed at it. And the market just went, the price of oil, even after that news came out, the price of oil actually went higher. That goes to show you the lack, how much less supply of oil that there is. We got to get the Saudis to maybe, start producing more oil to help bring the cost of oil back down. The U.S. has got to produce more oil. Everybody's got to produce more oil and get Russia kind of out of the equation here, because this situation with oil is not getting better anytime soon. At least it seems. You have the possibility of an Iran nuclear deal that would actually add 1.3 million barrels a day into the global supply. But folks, 1.3 million barrels a day, that's nothing. When you look at how much oil is actually used around the world, that's nothing. That's going to be a blip in the radar. Even if you get an Iran nuclear deal, the price of oil will probably go like this and then keep going. It'll be a blip on the radar. So I think it's possible now. If you asked me 3 months ago, Mike, you think we're going to see $120 oil? I would have said, no way. Like, I'm bullish oil, but I'm not that bullish on oil. Now it's possible. I think oil is getting out of control. I actually took some profit today. OXY, I actually bought OXY in 2020. My Teachy fam, a lot of you guys got in this with me. I bought OXY at like 1260, right around 1260. I'll just go back on the daily chart. I'll just show you guys right here. Okay, it was right in here is where I bought OXY last year. And today, for the first time, at $47.62, I took a piece of profit off the table. That's like, I don't know, what is that, 380% gain, something absurd like that. So I took some profit off on the OXY trade. If you've been following my live streams for a while, if you followed me back since 2020, then you'll remember when I talked about this and I told you guys that I was buying OXY in the long-term portfolio. Another one that I bought at that same time was Chevron. So when you go back to 2020, and we'll just take a quick check-in here on Chevron. I own Chevron right around that same time frame. I own Chevron in the 80s, and Chevron now all the way up here at 150. Still in full position on Chevron. I've not taken profits off on that, but I probably will here in these coming days. OKE is another one. This is another one that I bought in 2020. Again, have not taken profit on this one yet. This one I owned from like the mid-20s. I think it's like 26, I believe, was my average. Again, right around the same time period. And again, if you guys follow my channel, you remember when I did a whole segment on these oil companies and told everybody that I was buying these oil companies. And then OKE, you can see now up here at 64. So I'm up major triple digits on all these names. But I just did not expect oil to go this far, this fast. I still am bullish on oil and oil stocks. Okay, I don't think that the move for these oil stocks is over, because you have to remember, even if oil stops going higher, these stocks still could go higher. And the reason why these stocks still could go higher is because you have not seen $100 or $90 barrel oil in a while. You have to realize that there is a direct impact on the margins and the profits that these companies make from selling oil. A lot of these companies have a fixed cost of how much does it cost them to drill or to produce 1 barrel of oil. ConocoPhillips is a really good example of this. ConocoPhillips has one of the lowest cost per barrels in the energy sector. ConocoPhillips is about $30 a barrel, which means as long as oil is above 30, ConocoPhillips will be profitable on every single barrel of oil that is produced. So if oil is at 40, they make $10 a barrel, 50, 60, 70, 100. These are margins that these companies have not seen in years. The cash flow these companies are generating is absurd. What are they doing with that money? They're increasing dividends and they're buying back shares. I mentioned this in my report, Stock Market Outlook 2022. If you're a member, download it. It's free. I specifically said in that report months ago that I think you will see this year stock buybacks and dividend hikes on these energy companies because they have so much cash. And you're also going to see companies pay down debt, which a lot of oil companies have. OXY being the largest debt in the entire energy space is OXY. So why is OXY exploding? Because they're making so much money hand over fist that they're paying off that debt. So I'm still bullish on oil stocks. I think a lot of these stocks pay fantastic dividends. You're getting over 4% dividends on Chevron, on Exxon. That's on top of multiple double-digit gains on the stocks themselves. So I like these stocks. I think they're a great place to be. It's a way to hedge and to hide from inflation, get that dividend, get that increase in cash flow. I'm so bullish on oil stocks with or without Russia, Ukraine. But this situation has just made this an even, listen, I didn't know this was going to happen, but this situation has just made it that much of a bigger move and bigger opportunity. And my question about your tier trading system, when you are selling in tiers, how many tiers do you normally sell your position? And for each tier, how much percentage of position do you normally sell? Will, in normal, right? You can really play with these tiers, and I do play with these tiers. You can really make adjustments on these tiers. General rule of thumb, right? 3 tiers, 25, 50, 25. So 25% at tier 1, 25% at profit target 1, 50% at profit target 2, 25% at profit target number 3. Now, you can play with those tiers. There's times that if I'm for me, I consider a high conviction trade, I might break that up and go 25% profit target 1, 25% profit target 2, 25% profit target 3, 25% profit target 4. Sometimes I do that if it's a high conviction trade and I think I'm really going to get some good follow through. If the market is very slow, the market's very choppy, or maybe I'm not trading well, I can actually front load those tiers, which means I'm going to take more profit off early. So to front load your position versus back load your position means I'm going to take profits off early in the front of the trade, reduce my risk early, and sacrifice deeper profit for lower risk in the beginning. If you backload your position, then that means you're exposing your risk in the beginning to reward yourself with profit deeper into the trade if you think you're going to get a lot of really big follow through. So that's why I really love the tier trading system, because it helps you stay in winning trades longer. It also helps you keep losing trades small. And I like the flexibility that it provides. So you can play with those tiers. There's also times I've done 25, 50, and then I've taken the last 25% and I've broken up into 2. So I'll do like 12 and a half, 12 and a half, right? Like there's times, you can really play with those tiers, but for a general rule of thumb, will 25, 50, 25. Can you talk about gold and where gold would be heading? I think gold's going over $2,000 an ounce. Now that shit's hitting the fan, and inflation is real, and there's a lot of uncertainty from the geopolitical landscape, investors are flocking to gold. They're flocking to gold pretty quickly, right? You can see it's really kind of, really coming into a beautiful upswing, and it's actually breaking out of just a massive cup and handle, right? This is a massive cup and handle pattern, and we broke out of that handle. We broke out of it. All right, there's your breakout of that handle. All right, we did that a couple of weeks ago, and this thing has just been continuing to climb to the upside. I believe in the very near future, within the next couple of months, you are going to be looking at $2,000 an ounce. We're not too far from it. We're like 1940, 1950 an ounce. I think we're going over $2,000 an ounce as inflation really gets out of control. And I got to tell you, the more that I think about this situation with inflation and the Federal Reserve, the more that I'm beginning to think the Fed they already had an impossible task. This Russia-Ukraine situation has made their task even more difficult. The Fed was tasked with, before Russia-Ukraine, the Fed was tasked with slowing down inflation without slowing down the economy. And that's not an easy thing to do, especially when inflation is 7%. All right. When inflation is 3-4%, you don't have to be as aggressive. Inflation, they've lost control of inflation. Inflation is out of control. The Fed is way behind the curve on inflation. So that was already going to be a very difficult task. But now this Russia-Ukraine situation is really going to mess with growth. And growth is slowing everywhere. It's slowing in the United States. It's slowing in Europe. This situation between Russia and Ukraine is not helping. The sanctions from in the financial space, with removing Russia from the SWIFT code, from the SWIFT system, all of these things that are taking place, putting sanctions on Russia's central bank, all of these things these are all domino effects that are actually going to affect growth. So growth is now slowing. Growth is slowing at a faster pace now than it was last month. And that's problematic for the Fed because what's not slowing? Inflation. In fact, the price of oil is a huge component of inflation. You can attribute 60% of inflation just to the rising prices of oil. And you've never had oil go to like 120 and there not be a recession. It's never happened. So the Fed has to be very careful here. They've got to be careful with saying because I think the Fed is in a position now where they have to make a decision. They have to either say, we either cause a recession or we let inflation ride. Both of those scenarios suck, okay? But the Fed is going to have to make a decision. And I believe no Fed chair wants to be the Paul Volcker of the world, which Paul Volcker was the Fed chair back in the 80s when inflation was getting so crazy out of control. He forced the economy into a recession to bring inflation down, and did it purposely, did it knowingly, and just accepted that he was going to do that. I don't think Jerome Powell is going to do that. I don't think you're going to have a recession. I just believe that inflation is going to be longer lasting than people might have initially thought. We went from thinking it was transitory to now it's going to be November and we're still going to be talking about, oh my goodness, I can't believe how expensive eggs are. We're still going to be talking about that. I expect oil prices to remain elevated. I expect inflation to remain elevated. And I think the Fed is going to maybe raise rates this year like 3 or 4 times, 25 basis points. We probably finish the year at like a 1% Fed funds rate, which is not going to have a drastic impact on inflation. And instead of bringing inflation to a screeching halt, the Fed is they're going to go sports fishing is what they're going to do. They're going to go fishing for marlin, which is when you hook a marlin, if anybody's ever gone deep sea sport fishing, you hook a marlin, you're not bringing that fish on the boat for hours until the fish gets tired. You've got it. Once you hook it, you've got to let your line go, let it run, let it swim all the way out, let it get tired, and then you reel it in, and then you let it back out, and then you reel it in, and you let it back out. You've got to let the fish tire. That's a lot different then let's say if you go crabbing and you just dump a cage in the water and then you pick the cage up real fast to close the doors and all of a sudden you got crab, right? The Fed is going to have to let inflation run out and let it tire over time. So I think you're going to get inflation literally for the next 2 years at least, because I don't think the Fed is going to slam on the brakes and raise rates aggressively in the face of what's going on with Russia, Ukraine, with liquidity issues, with growth slowing down. I just don't think Jerome Powell is going to do that. Jerome Powell at heart is a dove. A dove is you're easy with your monetary policy. You're not bearish. You're not a hawk. You're not looking to tighten monetary policy. You're looking to expand and be easy. Jerome Powell at heart's a dove, and I don't think he's going to slam on the brakes. So all these people like Goldman Sachs put a report out the other day that talked about 11 rate hikes. Like, no way. No way this Fed is going to raise rates 11 times in a row. No way. Not with all of this craziness going on. I don't see it. I don't think Jerome Powell is going to do it. I don't. I think they'd rather let inflation run. So I think gold is going to continue to go higher. I'm bullish on gold. I like Newmont Mining. I like Barrick Gold. I like Anglo. So here, GOLD, that's Barrick Gold. I'm a big fan of Barrick Gold. You can see the stock recently made a nice move from like 18 up to 24. I love Newmont Mining. Newmont Mining is a great company. That's NEM, another gold company that I really like. Like, these are gold companies I think you should have your eyes on over the next 1 to 2 years. I think they move higher with the price of gold. HE fam invested in cybersecurity stocks under your suggestion, and they have exploded. What's your thoughts going forward? Thanks, Mike, as always. Yeah, Bruce, the cybersecurity stocks, right? Congratulations to my TT fam that have jumped on cybersecurity stocks. So I've actually done, many, many months ago, you go all the way back now, probably about a year ago, I told people about some cybersecurity stocks. This is when so we were, sorry guys, I was just reading a message that just came through to me. I got distracted for a second. I did a live stream many months ago, and this is when there was the cyber attack on the pipeline, the largest pipeline that stretched from where it went from Maine to Texas or something like that. There was a cyber attack on our pipeline. If you guys remember that, I forgot the name of the pipeline. Anybody remember the name of the pipeline? I'm missing it. It's like, it's skipping my head here. It's like right on the tip of my tongue, but I don't remember the name of the pipeline. Anybody remember the name of the pipeline? I forgot the name of the pipeline, but anyway, okay. At that time, I had told you guys that, these cyber attacks are getting out of control. It's time to start looking at cybersecurity stocks. Okay. Colonial, that was it. Colonial. Thank you, everybody. Yes. Colonial, that was it. Okay. Colonial. Yes, it was at that time. So when you had the Colonial pipeline, when that hack took place, that's when I was talking about cybersecurity stocks. I did a whole live stream on cybersecurity stocks, and I told you guys some stocks that I liked and some stocks that I was long were Palo Alto, PANW, which PANW Palo Alto, you can see since 2020, 2021, 2021 was when I went ahead and really started initiating those positions, was here in 2021. You can see what these stocks have done since then. That's Palo Alto. Palo Alto is one of my favorites. My other favorite is Fortinet, FTNT. So Fortinet, another one. This is FTNT. And again, Fortinet, this was under $200 when I did that. And now you can see the stock's now up at 337. But just very recently, I did something here. I did a live stream here on the YouTube channel. I also told all of my members in True Trading Group that when these issues are going on now with Russia and the United States and the rest of Europe are putting all of these sanctions on Russia, these sanctions that we're putting on Russia are going to cripple their economy. You have to understand that. The Russian ruble has absolutely collapsed. 1 ruble is now worth 1 US penny. 1 US penny. That's how much a ruble is going to get you. If you're in Russia right now and you're like, hey, I've got 1,000, I've got 10,000 rubles. I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to go visit New York City. Well, guess what? Your 1 ruble, it's now worth 1 penny. You're going to see massive inflation take part in Russia. The central bank raised rates up 20%. So there's going to be some real issues. There's currency controls were put in place in Russia, which China has, where the currency controls in China, I believe China, they're not able to send out more than like $50,000, something like that at a time out of communist China. Russia, now I think it's $10,000 in cash, a foreign currency you can't take out of the country. So they're putting in currency restraints and everything there in Russia now as well. This is going to hurt Russia's economy, right? I don't believe that Putin is just going to sit back and be like, oh, cool, US, Europe, you guys completely destroyed my economy. Yeah, no problem. Let's call it even, right? I invaded Ukraine. You guys destroyed my economy. Let's call it even. We'll let bygones be bygones. I don't believe that's going to happen. I think you're going to see a big uptick in cyber attacks, in hacks, database hacks, and you're going to see an increase in cybersecurity spending like you've never seen before. Because I think the cybersecurity spending is not only going to come from governments. The U.S. government is going to increase cyber spending. European governments are going to increase cyber spending, but also individual companies are going to increase cyber spending. Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, all of these companies are going to have to increase their spending for cybersecurity, because I think you're going to see Russia, you're going to see cyber attacks from Russia all over the place. And that's going to be how I think that, Russia will try to get back at the rest of the world for putting these sanctions on them. Because of that thought process, I'm thinking that over the next couple of weeks to possible couple of months, these cybersecurity stocks, I think, are going to rock. And they're already rocking. I said this literally, I did this live stream on the 24th. On the 24th, literally this day right here is when I did that live stream. And you guys can see these stocks have already started to move significantly higher. Look at Palo Alto in the last 4 trading sessions, from $470 to $600 in 3 days. Okay, in 3 days. I like these companies. I like the stocks. I think that cybersecurity, like that term, I think it's going to be in the news flow for the foreseeable future. As long as there's a conflict with Russia, I think you are going to hear cybersecurity discussions. So I like these companies. Folks, full disclosure, I'm already long these companies. Okay? But I do still believe these stocks go higher in the weeks to come as this Russia situation does not resolve itself diplomatically. And I think that you will then see Russia respond, not against the US or other European countries militarily. I think the fight stays at Ukraine, but I think Russia will respond with these sanctions with cyber attacks. Something Russia's very good at, something they do often already. I think you're going to see that increase. And that's why I think these stocks are the place to be. All right. So there you have it. Guys, listen, fantastic Q&A session. You guys did a great job. You asked some really good questions. I love it. I love when you guys ask me questions like that. It really is a great way for you to learn, right? Like, you asking me these questions, this is how you learn. Don't be shy to ask questions. When I worked at the hedge fund, I asked my boss, I asked other traders, I asked them a million questions a day. They probably hated me, but I don't care, because it made me the trader that I am today. Right now, what we're going to do, folks, we're going to take a quick 15-minute intermission. All right. I'm going to tell you guys about the TTG membership, how you can join, what's included, there's a free gift for those that want to join. And some savings for you guys to sign up here tonight by midnight. But so stay right where you are. All right. Stay right where you are, because in 15 minutes, I will then get into the main topics of the live stream. Okay. because these are some major educational golden nuggets that can help you guys make money as early as tomorrow. We're going to talk about what's the updates with Russia, Ukraine. We're also going to talk about Jerome Powell is going to be speaking in front of Capitol Hill the next couple of days. I'll tell you guys what to expect from Jerome Powell. Also, the State of the Union address tonight from Biden is tonight. I'll let you guys know maybe if there's some things you can pay attention to there that you can listen for to see if maybe there could be an opportunity in a specific sector. Like maybe infrastructure is something that maybe we can look at tomorrow. There's the possibility of maybe some discussions of infrastructure. Maybe there's even a cannabis discussion that gets thrown out there. I'm not sure. We'll have to see, but we'll talk about that stuff in just about 15 minutes. Okay, in just about 15 minutes. All right, so stay right where you are. Now, let's go ahead, guys, without any further ado. Let's go ahead right now. Let's start that 15-minute sales intermission, and then we'll get into the main topics. Let's go ahead. All right, gang. So listen, first things first, what I would like to know is how many people are on the live stream right now that are not a True Trading Group member. If you're not a member, this is your first time on the live stream, maybe type the number 1 in chat right now. Type the number 1 in chat if this is your first time on a live stream, or maybe you're just not a member, but you've been here before. I want to know if you're not a member. Type the number 1. All right, Giovanni B, welcome. Yeah, don't be shy, guys. Just type the number 1 in chat if you guys are not members. All right, we got Al Bayan, we got Just Sam, Elements, Linda, Nick P, R-Core Motivation, Diego Lemos, Modarif Saeed, Z-Salt Dorner, D. Teal, CJ Kennedy. Great, guys. Melina. Yo, Dave Padilla, what's up, bro? AZ Medsis. Great, guys. Good. So a lot of new faces here, a lot of non-members that are part of the non-TTG fam. I love seeing it. I love seeing all the new faces. So for all the people that typed number 1, welcome. Guys, listen, if you're like most of the people that are on this live stream, there's a really good chance you have a full-time job, you have a limited time, maybe you have a family that demands any free time that you actually do have. But you definitely maybe don't have tens of thousands of dollars to get started trading with immediately. And the good news, though, that all sounds like negative, right? But the good news is True Trading Group is literally built for people just like you. People that work a full-time job, that have limited time, that maybe only have a couple $100 or $1,000 to get started trading with. You may not understand a lot of the terms that I discussed during the Q&A. Maybe you're starting from absolute zero, you know nothing. Whatever your excuse is, whatever excuse you're making for yourself to not do this, you're wrong. And True Trading Group can and will help you to make money and to become a better trader. And if you don't believe me, I will prove it to you right now. Now I'm speaking to members. Now, if you are a member of True Trading Group, very plain, very simple. Are you making money and becoming a better trader? If that answer is yes, I'd like for you to type the number 1 in chat right now. Now, anyone that's not a member, my advice, just read the amount of number 1s that come through this side of the screen right now. Just read these number 1s. All of these number 1s that you're seeing, these number 1s are True Trading Group members that are telling you that they are making money. There's no difference between these people and you. They have full-time jobs, limited time. Most did not start with tens of thousands of dollars. Some had very little to trade with after joining True Trading Group's platform, but have since made that money back 3 times, 5 times, even 10 times over. They didn't get lucky. They didn't gamble. They put in an effort on their own schedule, on their own time, on their own terms, and they were given the education, the tools, and the flexibility to become successful. Let me explain to you what you get when you join the TTG platform, because True Trading Group is like Netflix, right? You pay one price, you get access to everything in True Trading Group. All right. Just make the most ever today. Doubled my account. Way to go, Tanya. Yes. Congratulations. Congratulations. Tanya Brown, congratulations. Doubled her account today. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. Congratulations. That's incredible. Great job. Really great job. Let me tell you what's included with your membership, okay? Because there's no upsells in True Trading Group for courses and tools. You get the course and the tools. They're all included with your membership. You're going to get our chat room, obviously. Every day we're in chat. The mods and I, there's eight other professional traders aside from myself. We share our screen with you. We're live on the microphone like I'm talking to you now. We call out our trades in real time before actually making them. Guys, I come on the microphone. I tell you what I'm going to do before I actually do it. True or false? My TTG fam, just say true or false. If I'm full of shit, call me out on it. If I'm telling the truth, let viewers know. Do I or do I not come on the microphone and go, hey guys, I'm about to buy this stock at this price? Okay, so if I do actually do that, I want you guys to go ahead and type true right now in chat. Let people know. But you're going to get at least a minimum of 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders that sports about an 80% win rate collectively. We're fully transparent. There's a journal on our website, tracks every buy and sell that all of our moderators make, so you can see for yourself how you'd be doing if you followed all of our alerts. You're going to get 2 small private study groups with your membership as well. This is a chance for you to get individual attention from a TTD moderator so that you can ask questions, go over lessons and topics you're unsure about so we can speed up your learning curve. You also get access to all of our tools and resources. Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed and Squawk box is included with your membership. It's in our chat room. It's free. It gives you real-time, up-to-the-second news alerts directly inside of chat without delay. Traders that get news first win. You can react before other traders. Something like that is crucial. Just that. If you wanted that Benzinga newsfeed, if you went to Benzinga on your own, they're going to charge you $1,404 a year to get access to that. It's included with your membership to True Trading Group. You're also going to get TradingView's premium charting software. This is one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. It's yours included with your membership. There's no upsells for any of these tools that I'm telling you about. They're all included. You get the Trade Ideas scanner. It's an industry standard AI software. It streams live on the TTG platform every day. So you will always make sure you are focused on the best stocks during the day. Stocks making new highs, new lows, which ones have a surge in volume. You also get our simulator. Use it. It lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. So you can practice implementing what you are learning in the courses. Prove you can make money on the sim before you risk your hard-earned cash. This simulator is the same simulator that is implemented in the curriculums at Cal State University Fullerton, University of Wisconsin Whitewater, Berkeley Haas, and also Illinois Tech. Use the simulator. We have our own proprietary scanner as well. It's similar to FinViz Elite's functionality if you're familiar with FinViz, but you can also use our scanner to scan for crypto. All right. You get real time, you get unusual options activity, you get dark pool data. Information used to only be available to professionals and hedge funds, not anymore. Now it's at the fingertips of my TTG family. This is what makes us a platform. I tell you guys, I use the word platform very specifically. We're not just a chat room. Even if you did not follow one trade alert from TTG, you're like, you know what? I don't like any of the moderators. I don't care what they're doing. I'm going to do my own thing. Just using the tools that are on our platform is more than worth the membership on its own. All of this is included. You also get a trading journal. So our trading journal will actually track all of your trading, give you statistics and data on your trading so we can figure out what you're doing wrong so we know what to fix. There's also a social sentiment scanner. This scanner will search through StockTwits, Twitter, and Reddit, and it'll tell you what ticker symbols are being mentioned most on those platforms. That way you can stay ahead of the crowd. You're going to get our stock profile tool, which will give you analyst ratings, buy, sell, holds, insider buying and selling. All this is included. You get our watch list and our game plan every day. You'll know exactly what stocks the mods are looking at, but more importantly, how we plan on trading them. What's our plan? Then you get all the courses. The courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned when I worked at the fund. There's beginner and foundation courses. There's advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, we've got it. All in text and video format. There are no VIP or pro courses that cost more money. There's no upsells for courses. You get access to every single one when you guys become a member. Then you have a video library that has over 200 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops that we've conducted live with members covering a variety of different topics, like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job. I just hosted a 2.5 hour long workshop last night live with all of our members. It was titled How to Trade During a Stock Market Crash and how to build wealth in your long-term portfolio during those times. It was an absolute phenomenal, amazing workshop. If you attended my workshop and it was worth the price of an entire membership on its own, I'd like for you guys to comment and chat right now and tell me what you guys thought about that membership, or excuse me, thought about that workshop. Because these workshops, we don't charge you guys extra for these workshops. These workshop was free for all of our members. These other workshops are free for our members. It's in that video library in case you missed it. That workshop and all of our workshops are recorded and they're loaded up into the video library. Okay. And then anything we add to the platform in the future, it's included. Okay. So if we add a new tool, if we add a new course, it's included. We don't charge you more money for the things we add to the platform. The membership at TTG, our annual membership, is $2,212. This is a hell of a deal. Not only do you get all the courses, the workshops, our chat, all the alerts, you also get over $4,000 worth of premium tools from companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Quote Media, CBOE, Polygon, Trade Ideas, ETNA, so much more. But we are committed to making sure that TTG remains within reach for everyone that wants it. Because of this, we have structured our $2,212 price as follows. Tonight, you can join TTG for just $1,212 down and then pay nothing else for 6 months. In 6 months, you will owe us another $1,000. Let me be crystal clear. You will put down $1,212 right now. You will get full, unlimited access to the TTG annual membership, and then 6 months from now, pay another $1,000. Your price to renew annually will be $22.12. That sounds like a lot. Think again. It's actually $6 a day. When you become a trader or investor, you are the ultimate entrepreneur. You tell me one real business where your investment for tools, education, resources, community is less than $5,000. Hell, even $10,000 a year. You can't, because it doesn't exist. You're the ultimate entrepreneur. And for $6 a day, you have the chance to grow your empire, your legacy with the TTG family and our TTG platform. And as a special way of saying thank you to the next 12 people that sign up right now before midnight tonight Pacific, you will receive a brand new free laptop and 2 small private study groups to help get you that individual attention to give you the best chance to learn, trade, and profit. So how do you sign up? Guys, go to ttgoffer.com. There is no coupon required. Just go to ttgoffer.com. Enter your info and check out, and you're good to go. Again, your price tonight is $1,212. 6 months from now, you'll owe us another $1,000. It is $6 a day. By the way, if all this wasn't enough, we put our money where our mouth is, because True Trading Group is the home of the double your money back guarantee. I'm not kidding. I am so confident in our ability to help you become successful that anyone that completes our courses and quizzes, and by the way, you get the answer key. Don't cheat. If you cheat, you're only cheating yourself, but you have the answer key. That's not the catch, okay? If you go through our courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one small private study group, at the end of your 1 year, if you have not made back $2,212, the cost of your membership, if you've not made that back at least once, we will refund you not just the $2,212. I will give you double your money back. I will give you back $4,424. I am dead serious, folks. I told you results matter earlier on this live stream. They matter. Your success, your results, they are measurable through your P&L. You'll know you're getting one of those 12 free laptops, guys. As long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, you know you're getting a laptop. If you don't see a laptop, that means we've sold out. So a $1,212 initial investment in yourself can literally mean the difference between your success and your failure. Do not let $6 be the reason that you fail. You've got zero risk here. A free laptop, individual attention, no upsells for courses and tools, and a double your money back guarantee. TTG members, I'm talking to you specifically. Would you pay $2,212 for TTG? And if so, what do you think it is worth? Sound off in chat right now. If you are a member of True Trading Group, what do you think it is worth? because people can join right now for just $12.12, pay $1,000 6 months from now. That's $2,212 for one whole entire year to get you started. So my THD fam, you sound off in chat right now. You tell me what you think this membership is worth. My boy Chris Bottas goes, hell yeah, it's priceless. Lena says it's priceless. Attila says $5,000. I'd pay $8,848. Steve says I'd pay Steve says actually $100,000. I think that's a typo. I'm going to say $10,000. I don't think you meant. Oh no, that is $10,000. I can't see. It's too many zeros. It's too small on my screen. Howard Potts says $12K. 7Gs, $10K, 5Gs. 12,000 says still learning. Determined says $5K. Diane says $10K. Bearded Disciple would pay $25,000. Reed says $10,000. Carol says easily $9,999. We're not charging $5,000, $7,000, $10,000. 12 tonight. That's what it takes. Unlimited, complete, total access to the TTG family and to the TTG platform. You guys go to ttgoffer.com right now. You'll get a free laptop the first 12 people that join, and you'll get a double your money back guarantee. I will say this again. If you don't make 2212 back at least once, I'm going to double it. $4,400, bro, $4,400 I'm going to give back to you. That's how much I stand behind this platform. That is how confident I am in it helped you guys succeed. Okay? Now, listen, if you guys are still not ready to join full time, we do have a 1-week trial. Try us out for 1 week. Decide if it's right for you. Go to ttgthree.com. It's $3. That's it. $3. That's all it costs. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no reoccurring payment. It's just a one-time payment of $3. That's it. ttgthree.com. You guys can join us for a 1-week trial. All right. There you have it. Okay, guys. All right. So there we have that. If you guys have questions about the membership, okay, if anybody has questions, if you're unsure about something with the membership, or maybe you're having a hard time signing up, send a text message. Do not call. Send a text message to 201-775-9702. Again, that phone number is 201-775-9702. Okay, that number is right at the bottom of your screen. If you have questions about the membership, fire away. Send a text to that number right there. Okay. All right, guys. So there's that. All right. So that's it. That concludes our little 15-minute sales intermission. Like I said, we were going to talk about that for those that want to join. That's how you guys can get started here with the THD fam. Now it's time to move on to the main topics of our live stream. We are now going to be discussing Russia-Ukraine updates. We'll talk about the overall markets. What levels do we have to pay attention to? There's a very specific level on my chart, which you can't see me touching my screen. But when I did this, I am touching my screen. Everybody, welcome Alan. Alan, the newest member of the THD family. Welcome, Alan. There are now just 11 of those laptops left. Alan, welcome. 11 laptops. Folks, remember, as long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that means you're good. That means you're getting one. 11 laptops remain. Okay? Again, folks, ttgoffer.com. As long as you see a laptop, you're good. You're getting one. We got 11 left. Alan, welcome to the family. All right. So let's go back. I'm going to pull up my charts and let's go ahead now, guys, and let's dive in and let's go over the main topics of the live stream. All right, folks. So I'm going to take a quick little sip of water. I'm a little parched. I talk too much. I talk all day long. I'm literally in chat from pre-market talking through the end of the day, talking in chat. I do one-on-ones with members in the middle of the day. And then I come on these live streams. I talk too much. My throat dry. Jennifer, welcome. Everybody welcome Jennifer. There are now just 10 10 laptops left. Welcome, Jennifer. Welcome, Jennifer. Guys, remember ttgoffer.com. What do you have to lose? I'm being dead serious. 2212. You can get started for 1212. There's no code needed. You don't need a coupon code. You pay 1212 today. You get started. Full access. No restrictions. 6 months from now, you owe us another $1,000. But in 1 year, if you did not make the 2212 back at least once, I'm going to double your membership fee. I will literally give you back, okay, double what you are paying. That is over $4,400 that I'm going to be giving you back. That's $4,424 I will give you back if you do not make the 2212. That's how confident I am in our ability to help you become successful. So even if you fail, you're making a 100% return on your investment. Do you realize that? If you fail, 100% return on your investment. Krishna, everybody welcome Krishna. Krishna, 9 laptops left. Welcome, Krishna. Welcome to the family. Guys, remember, as long as you see a laptop, you're getting one. Once we sell out, the laptop will not be in the checkout cart. All right? Now, let's get to the overall markets. Let's talk about some levels. Now, let's talk about levels first. Then we'll talk Russia, Ukraine. Then we'll talk Jerome Powell. Then we'll talk Biden. Okay? Let's do it. Okay. All right, folks, here we go. There is a very key level that I want you to pay attention to. All right. And that is right there. Okay. This is the level that I have eyes on. Right. This is the level that we've got eyes on. Now, the reason why I've got my eyes on this level, on this level, okay. Now, this is after hours and pre-market trading, right? This is after hours and pre-market trading, and this is after hours and pre-market trading. Okay, so when the market's open, you see these volume bars down here. The volume bars means that's the market open. When there's no volume, that means that's after hours and pre-market trading. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is this 428 level, which was tested today and held. You see how we tested it today and held, right? You guys will see right here, we tested it and held. Right here, we tested it and then held. And now here we are still trading now back above this level. Okay. So I'm looking at this 428 level. This is a big level because not only is that today's lows, right? I mean, we went down 427 very briefly, and then we kind of recovered here. Stefan or Steven, welcome to the TTG family. There are now just 8 laptops left. 8 laptops left. Everybody welcome Steven or Stefan. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I'm going to say Steven. Welcome to the TTG family. All right. And now when you look back to the left, why is this level important? Because when you look back to the left, you'll notice that it's also the low of the day from the 25th. It's also the close from the 24th. Now, the 24th, don't forget, this is the wild recovery from the Russian invasion. This was that complete reversal, right? That's the close. Then we opened the next day and then it became the low. So this level is significant. Then it's the lows of the day today. But you want to know what else that is? Folks, it's also the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level of this entire move. So a lot of people are calling Thursday's low, which is here. That's the Russia invasion low. A lot of people are calling that the bottom. If in fact that's the bottom, then we should be able to rely on the Fibonacci's off of this level. Welcome, David, to the trial. Welcome, David. David is a member of our trial membership. That's a 1-week trial. Guys, a one-time payment of just $3. You can join us in chat tomorrow, and for an entire week, you'll have access to us all the way through till next Tuesday, folks. All right? So you guys will be able to join us. There's no automatic renewal with the trial. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no reoccurring payment. It is literally just $3, one-time payment. That's it. For the trial, if you want to join the trial, you can go to ttgthree.com. That's ttgthree.com. All right. So you'll notice at the 38.2 Fibonacci level, lines dead even with this 428, 427.50. It lines right up even with it. This is a level that I have eyes on. This is the level that if it gets broken, I think this entire move is in jeopardy if this level gets broken. That level gets broken, I think we trade back down into this region, and we are going to really test the strength of this level. We will really test the strength of that level. Everybody, welcome Isaac. Isaac, the newest member of the TTG fam. What's up, Isaac? Welcome, brother. I look forward to trading with you guys. 7 laptops now remain. That's ttgoffer.com. ttgoffer.com. Everybody, welcome Isaac. All right. All right, guys. So that's the level that we're focused on there with the overall markets. Okay. So now you know the level, right? I want to show you the level. I want to make sure you understood that fully. Let's go back. Let's hit the daily chart. And you'll see, right? You'll see today we held this level, right? That's your tail right there. We held that level. What you're going to want to see for everyone that's a bull, if you're bullish on the market, what you really want to see is, oops, let me draw up actually with these. You really want to see a flag form here. You really want to see that flag form. All right. You want to see us consolidate in this for a couple of days and then try to break out of this level, because then you have major resistance to contend with in the mid 440s. This level right here is going to be crucial. This yellow line is your 200-day moving average. All right. This area was also a level of resistance. Right. I'll draw a line across here and you'll see, right? You see this level of resistance. You'll see it was resistance here. Then it became support. Then it became resistance. Now it's also the yellow line, the 200-day moving average, right? So this, once you get up into the mid 440s, the market's going to have a very difficult time breaking through that and continuing higher. All right. So that's going to be your next major level of resistance. Everybody welcome Mohammed. Mohammed, the newest member of the TTG trial. Welcome, Mohammed. Guys, remember, for the trial, try us out for a week. It's literally $3. You've spent $3 probably on a piece of candy before. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. That's how we feel in TTG when we see grade A setups. We're like, ooh, grade A setup. Ooh, profitable trade. If you don't know where ooh, piece of candy's from, we can't be friends. Welcome, Mohammed. Go to ttgthree.com. It's only $3 for the trial. Right? So this is the level that I'm focused on. right? As far as a major resistance level. So there's two major levels that I'm watching. There's a major support level. I just showed you that. Major resistance level is going to be up there in the mid 440s. Franklin. Welcome, Franklin. Guys, these laptops are going quick. We're halfway gone. Everybody welcome Franklin. There's now just 6 of those laptops remaining. Everybody welcome Franklin. Franklin, welcome to TTG family, ttgoffer.com. There's no coupon code needed. ttgoffer.com. All right. So what we have to do, okay, what we have to watch for, what we have to watch for with the Russia-Ukraine situation is a continuation of possible ceasefire talks. There was a report today that said that Russia-Ukraine were going to have a second round of talks, right? That they were going to have a second round of talks. And it seems as though Zelensky wants Russia to stop with the shelling. They've been, shelling, major cities in Ukraine. And he's like, listen, unless you stop doing that, we can't really talk. All right. And as you guys may or may not know, today, the shelling from Russia really intensified and became a little bit more aggressive. So I don't know if there's going to be those talks. I don't know if those discussions are going to be had or not. But if they are had, that could alleviate some pressure on the market, because if they talk for a second time, the more they talk, the more the markets will think that a diplomatic solution is near. Okay. The more that the markets will think a diplomatic solution is near. So see if there's talks. The other day, Russia and Ukraine met at the Belarus border, and they talked for several hours. They then went their separate ways, went back to Kiev, went back to Moscow, and now they're supposed to talk again. If they do talk again, I think the markets could move higher on the back of that news. We could hold that 428 support level and possibly move higher. This is news headlines you got to pay attention to. If there are no talks, or the talks were maybe scheduled but were canceled, and then you get below 428, I think then that this starts to come into jeopardy. This level right here comes into play. And I think that was a really bad drawing. I would say that this level down here starts to come into fruition. Everybody welcome Enrique. Enrique, welcome to the TTG family. There are 5 of those laptops now remaining. Everybody welcome Enrique. All right, everybody welcome Enrique. All right. There you guys have that. All right. So that's the area that I'm going to be looking for, right? If we break 428. All right. Now, Jerome Powell. So those are the 2 things you got to be paying attention to. All right. Those are 2 things you got to pay attention to with regards to Russia and Ukraine, right? If they have talks, look for the markets to hold 428 and possibly move higher. If the talks are canceled, they don't have talks, and the fighting intensifies, watch for 428 to break and for the markets to continue lower. If there is Miss RN, everybody welcome Miss RN to the trial. Everybody welcome Miss RN, our new trial member. Guys, remember the trial, ttgthree.com. It's only $3. Okay, you can trade with us for a full week. See if TGD is right for you. All right. So now Jerome Powell talks this week on Capitol Hill, and the markets are going to want to just kind of get his tone on Russia, Ukraine, and if that's going to impact their decision making. I assure you, members of Congress are going to ask Jerome Powell about Russia, Ukraine, and the impact that the sanctions will have on global financial markets. I promise you that question will be answered, or will be asked, and then therefore answered. If Jerome Powell gets the sense, and I'll be watching it live when he's testifying on Capitol Hill, I'll be providing that analysis to my members in chat in real time so we can decide on a trade. If the markets get the tone from Jerome Powell that this Russia-Ukraine situation is providing enough uncertainty to the overall markets and is putting pressure in some credit areas that the Fed is going to be a lot easier raising rates. If the markets believe that, you have the potential for the markets to lift off and then to move higher. And then the markets are going to have to absorb. Would we rather have lower interest rates and higher inflation, or higher interest rates, lower inflation, but possibly slow down economic growth to a point where you get into recessionary environments? So there really is going to be a push-pull when Jerome Powell is speaking. And then March 16th is the Fed. The Fed announcement is March 16th. We're going to know how many. We're getting a rate hike on March 16th. But are we getting 25 basis points? Are we getting 50? What's happening on March 16th? We're most likely, in my opinion, I think we get 25 basis points. But you want to see what Jerome Powell says the next 2 days as a signal of what's going to happen now going forward. If he sounds like he's really concerned about this Russia situation slowing down growth, putting pressure on financial markets to the point where he's concerned about liquidity and they can't do quantitative tightening. Quantitative tightening is actually reducing the balance sheet. So they're going to be selling securities off the balance sheet or not reinvesting into those maturing securities and letting them fall off the balance sheet. That's quantitative tightening. Quantitative easing is when you actually are buying stuff. Okay, quantitative tightening is when you're buying stuff and you're expanding your balance sheet. If it sounds like he's concerned about liquidity, about credit markets because of what's going on with Russia, then the markets are going to believe that we are so far away from quantitative tightening, the markets could move higher. The markets really sold off when they realized that the Fed was going to reduce their balance sheet. That was this day. Right here on this day is when the market heard for the first time that the Fed may reduce the size of its balance sheet. Look what we have done since. It started on this day. You understand that it started literally on this day? So if there is any inclination from Jerome Powell that they are not looking to do quantitative tightening for any time soon, then the markets could really move higher. Because I believe that's the biggest catalyst that sent the markets to the downside. So Jerome Powell erases that because he's concerned about liquidity. He's concerned about credit health throughout this whole Russia-Ukraine situation. Markets can move higher. So I actually believe that Jerome Powell, the markets may move higher during Jerome Powell's testimony. Because again, I believe Jerome Powell at heart is a dove. And he doesn't want to be tight with his monetary policy, and he doesn't want to be aggressive. He wants to be elucidative. He wants to be, accommodative with his monetary policy. He doesn't want to be the Fed chair that ended, one of the biggest bull markets that we've ever seen. He doesn't want to be the reason that ends. He doesn't want to send what was the strongest economy that we've ever seen just before COVID, right? It was the best economic numbers that we had. Then you had COVID. Then we survived COVID, and growth was still strong coming out of COVID. Growth is still there. He doesn't want to be the reason why that growth disappears. And I think that they're more willing to let inflation ride than to push us into a recession. So those are things that we've got to be paying attention to here this week. Those are the levels that we're going to be focused on. Those are the levels that we're going to be watching. Gupta. Everybody welcome Gupta for laptops now remain. ttgoffer.com. Everybody welcome Gupta for laptops now remain. That's ttgoffer.com, folks. Okay. So there you have it, gang. All right, that wraps up the main topics of our live stream. I hope that was helpful. I hope you have a better understanding of the overall markets now. And what I would like to do here now quickly, for those of you that are still interested, I will show you guys the TTG platform. I'll show you the tools, the resources, everything that you get included with your membership. Let's go through it. Okay. So guys, here we go. All right, let me show you the membership. Let me show you the platform itself. You're going to get access to our chat room. Every day, myself, 8 other mods, we share our screen with you. We're live on the microphone. We're calling out trades in real time. You're going to get at least 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of mods and traders that are sporting about an 80% win rate. We're fully transparent. There's a journal on our site, tracks every buy and sell that we make. 2, count them, 2 small private study groups with a TTG Pro to ask questions and go over topics that you're having a hard time with so we can speed up your learning curve. Benzinga Pro is a real-time newsfeed, live, breaking up to the second news alerts directly inside of chat so you get news without delay. TradingView's premium charting software, one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. Trade Ideas Scanner, make sure you always focus on the best stocks, which stocks are making new highs, new lows, which ones have a surge in volume. Our simulator will let you guys trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. Practice using the simulator, prove you can make money with fake money first. Then you're going to get our own proprietary scanner, which has the same functionality as FinViz Elite, but you can also scan for crypto. Dark pool data, unusual options activity. You guys have access to stuff, same information that professionals have access to. Trading journal will track your trades and give you statistics and data so you can see what you're doing wrong. A social sentiment scanner will tell you what stocks are being mentioned most on StockTwits, Twitter, and Reddit. This way you guys can make sure you always stay ahead of the crowd. Our profile tool will give you analyst ratings, insider buying, and insider selling information. You're going to get our daily watch list and game plan every single day, so you know exactly what stocks the mods are focusing on and how we plan on trading them. Then you get all of our courses. The courses are a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. Everybody welcome Giovanni. Giovanni, welcome to the TTG platform. Everybody welcome Giovanni. There are now just 3 laptops left. They are going fast. Remember, as long as you see a laptop on the checkout page, you are getting one. Okay? So there's 3 left. As long as you see one, you're getting one. When we sell out, there will be no laptop on the checkout page. Everybody welcome Giovanni. All right. So the courses, you're going to get beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, how to trade during a market crash, you name it. We've got access to it. You got it in text and video format. Welcome, Nancy, to the trial. Nancy, welcome to the TTG trial. Guys, remember that trial membership, ttgthree.com. It's only $3. Join us on the trial. There's no upsell for more courses. There's no pro courses or VIP courses that will cost you more money. They are all included with your membership. No upsells for that stuff. We do have a video library as well that gives you access to over 200 hours of extra video content. These are workshops and webinars like how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, how to trade during a market crash, how to build wealth in your long-term portfolio, just to name a few. And then anything that we add to the platform in the future, it's included. You don't pay extra for it. Guys, remember that membership is $2,212. It's a hell of a deal, but you get all the courses, the workshops, the chats, the alerts. You get over $4,000 worth of tools and resources from some of the top companies that I just showed you. You put down $1,212 here tonight. You don't pay us another dollar for 6 months. So $1,212 tonight, you get unlimited, unrestricted, complete access to the TTG platform. 6 months from now, you'll owe us another $1,000. That might sound like a lot. It's $6 a day. And you have a double your money back guarantee. Okay? A double your money back guarantee. Anyone that joins True Trading Group, if you go through our courses, you pass our quizzes, you attend one private study group. If you do not make the $2,212 back at least once during your membership, I will give you back $4,424. That is how confident I am in our ability to help you become successful. I put my money where my mouth is, and that is how I prove it to you all. Just go to ttgoffer.com. No coupon code is needed. As long as you see a laptop, you are getting one. If you're not ready to join full-time, you can do us a 1-week trial. It's only $3, guys. We do it just to make sure you're a real person. ttgthree.com. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. I hope you guys learned something. As always, I love throwing golden nuggets at you. You better get your dodge skills up because I'm throwing golden nuggets on the regular on this channel. Make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, turn on some notifications, get your butts in chat. It's a busy week. You've got Jerome Powell is going to be speaking here the next couple of days. You're definitely going to want to pay attention. You got Biden giving the State of the Union tonight. I'd look for infrastructure stocks, steel, copper. I'd look for all of those. U.S. Steel, Cleveland Cliffs, Freeport. That's FCX. I'd look there, but we have to see what he says, right? If there's anything discussed about maybe cannabis, maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to say anything about cannabis. I don't really think so. But if there is, maybe some cannabis stocks get a little bit of a boost. We will see. The code word for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, my TTG members, if you are a member of True Trading Group, this is for you. The code word tonight is dovish. The code word is dovish. Okay. If you're not a member, don't worry about this. We do a lot of fun giveaways with our members. We give away cash and electronics. If you're not a member, don't worry about it because you're not included in the giveaway if you're not a member. If you are, you guys, that code word is dovish for tonight. Okay. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow morning. Later, everyone.